Jai Shri Ram. I have decided that I am going to read out from my notebooks all the various slokas that I have collected because my objective is to become the world's greatest Gita teacher. It's too big. BHAG. Big, hairy, audacious goal. Bhag. Okay. So, anyway, that's my bhag. So, I want to become the world's greatest KATHAVACHAK. Gita KATHAVACHAK. So, I have filled up a lot of books. Okay. Notebooks. Now, this is one. Okay. You can see I have given it the name. It is a bound book, lots of white pages. I got it done long ago. I got two volumes like this which I filled up with slokas. Okay, now I call this the infinite loop book of unvarying quintessence. Now I think you know what's an infinite loop book. Iterative deepening avoids getting into ruts. Okay, acha. And on this cover, I have written one of the slokas from Dasa Bodha as uttered by Samarth Ramdas ji, Guruji of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Now, Samarth Ramdas ji said in Dasa Bodha, Jayesa harikate cha godi uthe nich navi avadi. Jayesa harikate cha godi uthe nich navi avadi. See, that's in Marathi. I don't know Marathi. I have memorized this one because in this Swami Samartha Ramdas ji is saying that whenever you deliver a harikatha, a pravachana, you should introduce some novelty. Every time you deliver a katha, do harikatha or kathavachak, if you are a kathavachak, that means you are delivering a sermon, you should introduce a novelty, make it look new, and only then you will be able to really attract the attention of the listener. You must capture the attention of the listener, and for that you are fully entitled to improvise, but making sure that you don't deviate from the core principles of the shastra on which you are delivering the sermon, the katha. So improvising while being anchored to the fundamentals. That's the message. Jayesa harikate cha godi uthe nich navi avadi. Please memorize it. And remember, you too can be a good kathavachak. That's a lovely hobby. Please, in your CV, if you are a young person also, no problem. Please make a note. If somebody asks you what is your hobby, what are your special interests, confidently say, being a kathavachak. Then they will ask you, what's that? And you tell them. A kathavachak means one who delivers sermons, one who is a preacher. And well, for that, in Hinduism, the challenge is very, very exciting. You have to read a lot of stuff and correlate it to our everyday life and motivate people. It's an elaborate pep talk, actually. It educates and entertains. So that's what Kathavachak, being a Kathavachak, is all about. And Jayesa Harikatecha Godi Ute Nichnavi Avadi. Always take the liberty to improvise, as if you have actually witnessed it. As if you have actually witnessed a scene from Ramayana or Mahabharata, narrate it like that. Introduce some novelty, some twists and turns. Juice it up, but don't deviate from the core principles. Okay? So now, and I request you to contribute whatever epiphanies you have, whatever suggestions you have in the comment section, so that together we are doing PhD in the Bhagavad Gita, and together we can become good Kathavachaks. Okay? Acha. When Rama asked Hanumanji, Kastvam, who are you? Yeah? So Hanumanji replied, Deha buddhya dasoham, Jiva buddhya tvadamshakaha, Atma buddhya Tvameva aham iti me nischita mati. That means if you think of me from the perspective of the body, I am your servant. And if you think of me from the perspective of the jiva, which means the embodied atma, then I am a spark of the infinite blaze that you are. And if you think of the word next, atma buddhya, the jivatma, then you and I are the same, because there's nothing else besides you over here. That is the Vedantic proposition. Because there can't be anything else besides God. So you and I are one. So this is an amazing sloka. I leave it to you and your imagination to give it the twist and interpretation you want. Kastvam, who are you? Rama asked. Kastvam. As if Rama didn't know who Hanuman was. This is for you and me. Nice lesson, isn't it? Kastvam, who are you? And Hanuman said, Deha buddhya dasosmi, jiva buddhya twadamshakaha, atma buddhya tvameva aham iti me nischita. Okay, next shloka. In the Ramayana, I think it is the Ramcharitmanas, okay? Lakshmana expresses his total dedication to Rama. Lakshmana says, Guru pitu matu na janahu kahu. Guru pitu matu na janahu kahu. Kahahu subho nath patitav. Kahahu subho nath patitav. That means you are the savior of the fallen. Kahahu subho nath patitav. More sabahi ek tum swami. More sabahi ek tum swami. Deen bandhu aur antaryami. Wow. Such a lovely doha, isn't it? Try to memorize it. I'll repeat it for you. Guru pitu matu na janahu kahu. Guru pitu matu na janahu kahu. Kahahu subhau nath patitav. Kahahu subhau nath patitav. More sabahi ek tum swami. More sabahi ek tum swami. Deen bandhu aur antaryami. You are my everything, sort of. Okay. So Prahlada also said, Mata nasti, Pita nasti, nasti me swajano jana. Mata nasti, Pita nasti, nasti me swajano jana. That means you are everything to me. Okay. So next, what next? I call this book actually my Omnium Gatherum. Now this word Omnium Gatherum simply means a collection of all kinds of people or things. So this is my Omnium Gatherum. Okay. And the first shloka on the Varso means the page on the left hand side, Verso. This is the definition of God. See, people are worshipping everyone, Tom, Dick and Harry, as God. So they must be told that even God has some kind of a biodata or CV. Every joker and buffoon cannot be called God. So the definition of God, Bhagavan, Bhaga asya asti iti Bhagavan. Parashara Rishi said that in Vishnu Purana. And the next, another sloka, he defines it fully. Aishwarasya samagrasya viryasya yashasaha shriyaha jnana vairagyayoschaiva shannam bhaga iti rana. Aishwarasya samagrasya. All types of wealth in one place. He epitomizes all kinds of wealth. And a few he lists here. Viryasya, omnipotence. That means he is all powerful. And he is omnipotent. That means he is all powerful. In any religion they cannot deny this. God, Bhagavan, Bhaga asya asti iti Bhagavan. Bhaga is a Sanskrit word. In Telugu we use the word Bhaga for fire, big fire. Bhaga. So bhaga means like a fire, glowing, incandescent, effulgent, refulgent, dazzling, bedazzling, and the power of knowledge. So all these, bhaga is again an untranslatable. So all those words that I just used will serve you to give some indication of what's the meaning of the word bhaga. So Aishwarasya Samagrasya Viryasya, omnipotence. Omnipotent. He is all powerful. He can create anything, he can destroy anything. Now, people from other religions, they will also agree, yes, God can't be anything else, he is omnipotent. Then you ask them a question. If God is omnipotent, can he create somebody more omnipotent than him? Now they will be in a catch-22. If they say yes, then God will lose his position. He will become number 2. And if they say no, then they are denying omnipotence. That means there is something that God can't do. So, whereas a Hindu has no problem. If you are a Hindu here, you have no problem answering this. Yeah, you will say, God is inscrutable. Inscrutable. Mysterious. Krishna, Rama. That's why we use the word Ram Leela, Krishna Leela. That means we can't understand. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasasaha. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasasaha. The Veda says, at some point of time, our mind, which is trying to understand God, hits a particular place and then reverts back like total internal reflection. And it comes back, unable to understand. So, God is difficult to understand, in fact, impossible to understand, because he is beyond definition. Because to define God is to limit him. See, when you define something, you limit it. So, therefore, by simple logic, you cannot define God. Because you cannot limit God. Because if you limit God, then you are again denying omnipotence. Okay? And in other religions, they have some foolish dogmas that God created man using some clay and some dust and all that. He took 6 days to create the whole world, and then he took rest on the 7th day. Now that means God is getting tired. An omnipotent God can never get tired. You and I can get tired. It's a silly idea. And if you ask them this, they might get angry. They might even go for your neck. Well, we have only one neck now. So you got to protect this neck. And who made that clay? And is God who made that clay? Instead of making the clay, God could have just, instead of sitting down and squeezing the clay and working hard, God should just think and things should come into existence. That I think is a truly omnipotent God. So these are all questions which will completely bomb them. They will have no answers. And so, Viryasya, so omnipotent. Can God create a stone which he can't lift? Simple question. That fellow will say no. Then you tell him no. That means he is not omnipotent. That means there are some things he cannot do. Yashasaha. Yashasaha. Yashas. Yashas is fame, but the English word fame does not fully define the word yashas. Yashas is more like fragrance. For fame, you need some newspaper and some publicity, propaganda, all that. A fragrant flower emits the fragrance which will pervade the atmosphere. So the presence of Krishna, the presence of God, the presence of Rama can be sensed by a Ram Bhakta. And it cannot be explained. It is ineffable. Ineffable, which means anirvachaniyamo. Cannot be explained. Shriya, Shri means beauty, Shri means wealth. So, he is the ultimate epitome. That's why Rama and Krishna, both Rama in Ramayana and Krishna in Bhagavatam, he says, Bhago me aishwaro bhavo labho madbhaktir uttama. Well, translated into English, fortune is my state, fortune is my divine state, and the best profit is devotion to me. Bhago me Aishwaro Bhavo. In Bhagavatam, it occurs in 11.19.39, 11.19.39, 11th skanda. Bhago me Aishwaro Bhavo, Labho Madbhakti Ruttamaha. Fortune is my divine state, and the best profit is worshipping me. Krishna is directly telling you. But still, if you don't want, then I think you have a problem. Yashasaha Shriyaha Jnana Vairagya. Jnana, he knows everything. He is omniscient, which means he knows what you want, he knows what you are, hoping to get, but he won't give you if you don't deserve it. Or perhaps he will, even if you don't deserve it. That freedom he always has. Vairagya, no partiality. That's what Krishna repeatedly says. Ishvara sarva bhutanam hrideshe arjuna tishtati brahmayan sarva bhutani yantrarudhani maya. He is sitting the heart of every being, not just the human, every animal, every insect, everywhere. There cannot be a place where he is not there. Because if he is not there, that means he is limited. There is a place where he is not there, that means he is limited. So he is everywhere. He is both immanent and transcendent. He is within and beyond. Immanent means within everything, within the nanoparticle. Transcendent means beyond. Okay. Bhaga asya jnana vairagya. Jnana vairagya. He is, and samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishthantam parameshwaram. Krishna declares in so many places in the Bhagavad Gita. So there is no partiality. Absolutely none. And bhaga asya asti iti bhagavan. So Shannam bhaga iti rana. I am reading the sloka again for you. Aishwarasya samagrasya viryasya yashasaha shriyaha jnana vairagya yoschaiva shannam bhaga iti rana. These 6 are called bhaga. I mean, Parashar Rishi is trying to make it a little simpler for us. He has listed out, enumerated only 6, but infinite are his qualities. So that is Bhagavan. Hiranyagarbhaha, that means the womb of light. The womb of light. Okay. And here I have one. First sloka is Shreyan Dravyamaya Jagna Jnana Yajna Parantapa Sarvam Karma Akhilam Partha Jnane Parisamapyate. This is from the Bhagavad Gita. Okay. This is from the Bhagavad Gita. Shreyan Dravyamaya Jagna Jnana Yajna Parantapa Sarvam Karma Akhilam Partha Jnane Parisamapyate. So, this is one sloka. Now, let me see. I'm reading out this page on meat eating. I have created a page. Okay. Krishna did not say Andam Mamsam Biryani Yome Bhakta Prayachati Tadaham Bhaktyupahratam Ashnami Prayatatmanaha. In 9th chapter 26th shloka, Krishna said Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhaktya Yome Bhakta Prayachati Tadaham Bhaktyupahratam Ashnami Prayatatmanaha. So Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. Toyam means water. Patram Pushpam, leaf, flower. Phalam, fruit. Toyam, water. Whatever my devotee offers with a pure mind. Yome bhakta prayachati tadaham bhakti upahrutam ashnami prayatatmanaha. Prayatatmanaha means a person of a pure heart. No malice in the heart. So Krishna did not say Andam Mamsam Biryani Yome bhakta prayachati. Krishna did say get me a boiled egg or some mutton biryani. No, he didn't say that. Why the hell are you sacrificing? And you could be the goat. Mamsa in Sanskrit means I will become him and I will cut his neck. That's the meaning of Mamsa. Mamsa etymologically means Mam means me, Sa means him. So the goat is saying, now he is slitting my neck and he's going to eat me. So next incarnation, I'll become him, that is the human. He'll become the goat and I'll slit his neck. So this is the law. You can't break the law. You can only break yourself against the law. So if you have been eating meat under the mistaken notion that we should eat it and the Vedas allow it, you are completely, grossly mistaken. I don't want to use strong language now. Please stop eating. Right? Every animal loves life. Nakritva praninam himsam mamsam upapadyate kvachit. Nacha prani vadaha swargasya tasmat mamsam vivarjayet. See, Manu is saying, Nakritva praninam himsam mamsam upapadyate. You cannot obtain meat without violence. Every animal loves life. The chicken, goat, all of them. They have their own family, mother, father, children, and you are a bloody murderer. And Manu also wants that the person who hunts, brings, cuts, butchers, separates, and then prepares, cooks, serves, eats, all are equally guilty of murder. And some wise people, or well, so called, have also gone to the extent of saying that in the Vedas, animal sacrifice was done, and the animal used to go directly to heaven, and therefore it was okay for that yuga, but not now. I find this very ridiculous, because what is a crime then is a crime now, and what is a crime now is a crime then. Okay, except a few deeply spiritual principles, right? In the case of meat eating, if the animal that is slaughtered goes directly to heaven, why can't the yajamani, that means the person who is getting the whole yajna conducted, why can't he be slaughtered so that he can go directly to heaven? If I ask this question, I asked somebody this question. He was a good man, a Swamiji. He got a little angry and he said, "This is kutark, bad logic, perverted logic." I said, "Swamiji, just because you can't answer the question, you are resorting to ad hominem. That's a fallacy. Ad hominem, ADHOMINEM. Ad hominem is a logical fallacy, which means when you can't counter the theory, you start attacking the person. You start attacking that person, impugning his character, and then finally come to the conclusion that because he is good for nothing, whatever he says is good for nothing. No, the Shastras don't agree even with that. The Shastra actually says, Baladapi, what is that sloka? Subhashitam. Vishadapi amrutam grahyam. Vishadapi amrutam grahyam. That means even from poison, if you can take amruta, you should. Vishadapi, that's what pharmacology is all about, okay? Pharmacology is extracting medicine. Antidotes are created from horse serum and horses are injected with cobra venom. Vishadapi amrutam grahyam. Baladapi subhashitam. And amedhyadapi kanchanam. If gold is found in a garbage heap, you should take it. Gold cannot be, even if gold, a piece of gold is lying underneath a mountain of garbage, it is still gold, no? It doesn't get contaminated. You remove you take the gold. So, amedhyadapi kanchanam. And one more line is, amitradapi sadvruttam. Amitradapi sadvruttam. If your enemy displays some good qualities, you must emulate that. Amitradapi sadvruttam. Vishadapi amrutam grahyam. Amitradapi sadvruttam. Baladapi subhashitam. Amedhyadapi kanchanam. So even if a child is spouting wisdom, you should listen to him. Ashtavakra was a child and his father listened to him. Of course, initially he got angry and cursed him to be born as a child with 8 distortions, 8 distortions in the body. So he became Ashtavakra. But he was such a great, very knowledgeable, and he saved his own father later. That is Ashtavakra Gita. Ashtavakra was the guru of Janaka Maharaja. And Janaka Maharaja was the guru of Shukdev ji. Shukdev is the son of Vyasa Maharaja. So, Nakrutva praninam himsam mamsam upapadyate nacha prani vadaha swargasya tasmat mamsam vivarjayet. Manu is saying, by slaughtering animals you cannot go to heaven. Therefore, please stop this nonsense. So Vedas completely opposed. And God, Brahman, he says, Stota me go sakhasyat. Stota me go sakhasyat. One who worships me becomes a friend of cows. Stota me go sakhasyat. That is the Veda. And some rascals have told us that in Veda there is Gomeda. They are slaughtering cows. Abe idiot. Go in Sanskrit, a word has many meanings. In fact, most words have many meanings. Gau means Bhumi, Earth, Bhudevi. Gau means your indriyas, your senses. And Gau means cow. Gau also means a ray of light. So, Gaumedha means agriculture. Gaumedha also means sense control, which Krishna can confer, because Krishna is Rishikesha. He is the master of all senses. We are slaves of the senses. So only Krishna can help us. Other gods have unfortunately not as much control on senses as Krishna has got. So Gomedha is not slaughter of cows, you bloody idiots. And Medha Devi, Saraswati is called Medha Devi. Now some fools, Medha also means slaughter. Medha means slaughter. But Med is slaughter. So, but Medha Devi, Saraswati is not the goddess of slaughter. Medha Suktam is there in the Vedas. That is a prayer to God, to Krishna, to empower us with a brilliant intellect. So that is Medha Suktam. So Naramedha is funeral rites. Ashwamedha, Ashwa means horse. Ashwa means the country. Ashwa means the sunrise. So the Vedic mantra goes like this. Rashtram va Ashwamedha Annam hi gau Ajyam Medha. Rashtram va Ashwamedha. That means developing the country is Ashwamedha. That means develop infrastructure, expand the kingdom, so that you bring all the small kingdoms under one control, centralized, so that peace can reign. And only when peace exists, prosperity is possible. So this is Ashwamedha. Ashwamedha. So Rashtram va Ashwamedha Annam hi gau Ajyam Medha. The oblation is your intelligence. Apply your intelligence. Produce lot of food and ensure peace. Only then prosperity is possible. Kushalanna pramaditavyam. See, the Veda is saying in so many ways. Kushalanna pramaditavyam. Bhutyaina pramaditavyam. So the Kushalanna pramaditavyam means never disregard your prosperity. So the Veda is very clear. Veda does not tell you to run away, abandon everything. Not at all. And there is no question of himsa, killing animals. Adhvara means no violence. Pashun pahi. So antakaya go ghatam. Those who kill a cow should be put to death. Pashun pahi means protect animals. And the Veda in several places even comes out with a list: don't kill this animal, don't kill this animal. Because people had a fascination for hunting even then. So hunting is a vice. Okay. So, and Manu says one more thing which will cause you to really recoil if you are eating meat. Because in short, Manu is saying meat is nothing but solidified menstrual blood of women. Oh my God. If people are eating it, just imagine. Just imagine collecting menstrual blood and putting it in the deep freeze, freezing it, and then eating it. Oh my God, that's disgusting. The very thought is horrible. Yucky. And that's exactly what meat is. That's why Manu is saying, Samutpattincha mamsasya. Just to reflect on the origin of mamsaha. Origin of mamsa is nothing but menstrual blood solidified. Samutpattincha mamsasya vadavandhau cha dehina prasamiksha nivartet sarvamamsasya bhakshanat. So, this is what he said. I already explained it. And then, in another shloka, Manu said, which I already explained, Anumanta, Vishasita, Nihanta, Kraya Vikrayi, Samskarta, Chopaharta cha Khadakaha, Scheti, Ghatakaha. All are killers. One who gives the permission to kill. Hmm? Vishasita, one who quarters, cuts it into pieces. One who kills. One who, does the butchery part. Kraya Vikrahi, one who sells and buys. Samskarta, one who cooks. Chopaharta, one who serves. Chakhadaka, one who eats. All are ghatakaha, all are murderers. See, the pangs of death and the incarceration which the beast suffers, you will also suffer. That is the eternal law. Okay? So, Pashun pahi, Dvipade, Chatuspade pahi, Antakaya go ghatam. So 6.28 Rigveda, 6th Mandala, 28th Suktam. The entire Suktam is the worship of Gomata. And besides all this, Mam Saha means I will become you. Mam Saha means I will become you. Mam Saha means I will become you. Karma Vipak, the repercussions are guaranteed. The goat will become you, it will slit your neck, and you will go through the whole pain and misery. And remember, other things are also there. Scientific things, water footprint. For 1 kg of beef, 50,000 liters of water is necessary. For chicken, it is 5,000. For goats, I think it is 6,000. For rice, it is 2,000. Wheat is 1,500. Any vegetable, 200 liters per kg. And so, if everyone starts eating vegetables and become vegetarian, we will be able to feed every human being, every animal. There will be no starvation. It is said that, some 30% of the people in the world starve. They go to sleep without food. But if all people in the planet, on the planet become vegetarians, there will be no starvation at all. Because the carbon footprint and the water footprint of vegetables is so very less. Okay, besides that, the global warming is because of meat eating. How? Because to eat all this beef, they are cutting down trees to create pasture land. And when you cut down trees, deforestation, the carbon dioxide, what do you call them? All these gases, they will increase. And global warming is the result. Right? So, and finally, why don't you kill the animal yourself with your own hands? Can you squeeze the neck of that chicken or goat without a instrument like a blade also? You can't do that. And you think by subletting, outsourcing the killing part. In crime also, solicitation is a crime. See, solicitation is a legal jargon. Solicitation in English simply means request. Solicitation in legal jargon, as a legal jargon, means appointing somebody to commit a crime. Suborning somebody. S-U-B-O-R-N. Suborn means to cause somebody to commit a crime. Now that's a crime. Okay. So when you are asking the butcher to kill the animal, then you are also the butcher. So the punishment will be the same for you. Okay. And of course, other reasons are also there. The human body is similar to the herbivore. The length of intestines is much bigger. In carnivores, the intestine length is very small because meat rots very fast. Nature has provided the carnivore with a shorter intestine length. Our intestine is very similar, very long, and similar to a herbivore. Okay, and we don't have the canine that are found in carnivores. So remember, Gaumata is the man's best friend, because the cow takes just a little hay and it gives you amrut, and you want to eat beef, you bloody idiot, scoundrel, rascal. And some, people are, in fact, the Mlechas I can understand. Their culture, they will eat anything. But some Hindus are taking pride in eating beef. So unfortunately, there's no need to, in Vedic times, Shivaji used to kill. If any information reached Shivaji that somebody had killed a cow, Shivaji used to personally go and immediately slaughter that fellow. See, because when you punish a person, he is spared the punishment in next life. That is the king's duty, to administer punishment so that that fellow can be saved now itself. So I'll stop here. I hope you enjoyed listening, and I will continue this series. We will have to give it a nice name. I will give it this Omnium Gatherum, Omnium Gatherum, Omnium Gatherum series. OG series, Omnium Gatherum series. Nothing but a huge collection of slokas which I intend to memorize. I have memorized quite a lot. I hope you to join me, and together we will rock. We will rock you. Jai Shri Ram.